De la right, my MVVs, welcome. Yes, so still on the Ooni of Ifes Gulfstream G700. This G700 is packing jealousy inferno. It's not a small something. No, they said the Ooni of Ife almost fainted upon, learning that one of his own, that is his own sisters, is still against Olori Naomi. De la right, it is not a small thing. No. Settle down. Let us, dissect what is going on right now. Now, you're aware of the Gulfstream 700, okay? This Gulfstream 700 is shaking the palace corridors of the Ooni of Ife. Of course, the Ooni's brand new ultra-luxurious, Gulfstream G700 jet has become the hottest topic in the royal gossip. And not for the reason you might think. In a royal twist worthy of a Nollywood buster, this jet is at the center of a silent war, one fueled by envy, betrayal, and fierce love. And guess what? Only one woman has ever stepped foot in this majestic aircraft. Her name is none other than Olori Naomi, Dr. Naomi, gorgeous Naomi. Yes, you heard me right. Among all the Oloris, only Queen Naomi is allowed on board the Gulfstream G700, the pride of the Ooni of Ife's aviation, fleet. Not Ebony, not no other person but Olori Naomi, the mother of Prince Tadenikawo, holds that rare privilege, and this singular honor has lit a firestorm of jealousy in the heart of many, even from within the Ooni's family. You see, the Gulfstream G700 isn't just a jet, it is a flying palace. A palace of, a symbol of opulence and prestige, and for the Oni to allow only Naomi to enjoy its luxury is no small gesture. It's just about status, it's about royalty, trust, and deep emotional connection. Sources close to the palace reveal that the Oni himself has insisted no other Olori steps into that jet, but Naomi, that has paced her honor. And this is something they say Ooni of Ife is using as a compensation for the humiliation that Queen Naomi has had to go through during December. And this honor isn't just stirring the Oloris, it has, rattled the very foundation of the royal family. Just days ago, the Oni was said to have visibly, shaken after discovering, something that caught deep one of his own sister. They say he was shocked that one of his own sister is still, bitterly against Queen Naomi. And the reason is nothing new but her own son, that is Prince Tadenikawo. Now, they say this sister, according to insiders, has never approved of Queen Naomi. She holds resentment that dates back to the, stormy period when, Ooni of Ife decided he wanted to marry Olori Naomi. She felt like there were better girls and all of that. What would Kabiyesi be doing with a poor preacher? Besides, a preacher, she never liked her. And when Naomi came into the palace, recall that there was this rumor that was making the rounds on social media that one of the reasons why Naomi had left the palace was because of the sisters of the Ooni of Ife. And that beautiful tall one, I think the one who is older than Kabiyesi, had come out, granted an interview and saying that they have got absolutely nothing to do with them. But eventually, we heard that it's the dark one. It's not all of them. But the thing is that these sisters, there are three of them, closely knitted together. They are always seen together. As a matter of fact, they call them the three musketeers, okay? And so because one person did something, they put it on all of them. That is not all of them. They said that beautiful tall one who is older than Kabiyesi, they said that one has always supported Olori Naomi. In fact, when Naomi got angry and left for Akure the other time when she was pregnant with Tadenikawo, that this sister had already gone there before. That sister loved Olori Naomi. It's not all of them. People just planted this thing on all of them because they are very, very close. But that dark one has never, ever, liked Queen Naomi. Now, as we are hearing, if this information is true, they say when Queen Naomi had this stormy period, when she was detained in Ibadan over, the Stampede scandal, okay? I don't need to go back there because we all know about it. While Naomi was being held in Ibadan, this same sister allegedly pushed for Prince Tadenikawo to be handed over to Ebony for permanent care, because in their mind it was the end of Olori Naomi. This woman lobbied hard behind the scenes, believing she could convince the Ooni of Ife to strip Naomi of her maternal right. Her goal was to have Tadenikawo raised by Ebony, completely separating the boy from the mother. We don't know if this information is true. You know, I've told you that whatever information you get on this blog is based on speculation, rumor, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact, okay? We heard that that was what happened recently, you know. And Kabiesi said to the sister, I will never ever do that to her, not at a time like this. But the Ooni of Ife stood his ground so fiercely and without hesitation. He reportedly told those present, I will never do that to her, not in this situation. That singular declaration not only, you know, silenced the sister, but it reaffirmed Naomi's irreplaceable place in the royal circle. Ever since then, Nami has drawn boundaries, you know, unbreakable boundaries. And you do remember that because Nami knows that that woman doesn't like her. There was a time Nami brought Tadenikawo to the palace where she made an effort to touch Tadenikawo. Nami removed her hands from Tadenikawo's body. So each time the prince is brought into the palace, you know, Nami ensures that this particular sister, yes, the one who tried to take him away, is not allowed anywhere near Tadenikawo. No hugs, no holding hands, no access, nothing. Nami has been crystal clear. A woman who once schemed to rip me from my son will never touch him again. Even Kabiesi has tried to talk Nami, but you know, Nami doesn't talk much. Her own is action. Now, back to the Gulfstream G700. It is no coincidence that Queen Nami and only Queen Nami enjoys the royal privilege. Insiders say the jet was a gift of peace and reverence from the Ooni of Ife, a silent apology, a grand gesture, a declaration of undying respect for Olori Naomi. Now, it's not as if Ooni of Ife bought the jet for Olori Naomi. It's his private jet. They say it's very expensive. He bought it to befit his status, or the jet befits his status. But for now, it's only Queen Naomi who is allowed inside that jet. Each time Naomi bought the aircraft, it's as though the Ooni is reminding everyone, royal wives include, that she remains the woman who truly has his heart. And if you look closely, you will see it. The Ooni smile only when Naomi speaks. He listens more closely. He softens around her. So why haven't the other Oloris been on the jet? Why haven't they been invited on the luxurious jet? Because it's not just about the jet. It's about legacy, trust, forgiveness, and above all, love. Okay? So Delarad, a jealousy brew, we turn the palace walls and whisper fly from the royal ear to another. One thing remains unshaken. Queen Naomi stands tall, loved, and fiercely protected, not just by her son, you know, by the Ooni of Ife himself. So this is something that is eating these people up so much. And this Ooni of Ife was very, very disappointed to have learned that the sister, up until this time, with everything that has been revealed, from the scroll of Ile-Ife, and the sister is still not in, you know, good terms with Olori Naomi. Like, the sister is still standing for the other women over Olori Naomi. And as you know, in Ooni of Ife's family, it does seem as though she is the only one who is still doing that up until now, even after knowing what Naomi stands for the royal family. They said he almost fainted when he discovered this, that the sister is also burying all of this heavy wahala that is happening, asking why it should be only Naomi who can fly the private jet. Is it not Kabiesi's money? I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.